Can't hear you. Hello, guys. I am really sorry. The technical gremlins. It's probably my fault. Something I did. Who knows?
I don't actually think it is. I don't think either of us knows exactly what's going on. Facebook is not playing ball with us at all today. We have an issue going live into the event that Neil created. We then couldn't connect to Facebook at all. The whole thing's just a little bit mad. I've got a camera problem. As you can see, I'm not on a decent camera. I'm just on my webcam as normal. Who knows what's going on with tech today?
Anyway, welcome to the show. We are so sorry. Show number 36. Here we go again. So, so sorry about the wait. We're here looking forward to a really good show today with Bettina Mumenthaler from the Swiss. I'm going to get this right. Convention Bureau, looking after the UK and Europe. He got it right. So we're going to be talking to Bettina about everything to do with Switzerland, adapting to all the challenges that 2020 have thrown them, and as well as, all the fantastic things that they do, all the fantastic events and all the benefits of holding an event in Switzerland. And we thought it'd be a really good way of bringing an international flavour to the show so that you guys can upskill and learn about that in advance of when eventually we can get back to beating. How does that sound, Dom?
I'm more than happy with that, Neil. More than happy with that. Sorry, I was slightly distracted just making sure that everything is actually connected.
Well, what did I say then? I'm going to test you.
No, don't.
So as usual, we are on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook Live. What pesky Facebook Live? Yes.
It's the only way to describe it. Sometimes it's the one that seems to be the most inconsistent at the moment. But it's not just for this event. It's just generally across the board. It's because it's getting hammered at the moment by everybody.
Absolutely getting hammered. Yeah. So. Thanks again to Dom and his team for everything they do for us for the show, and as well as that to Events Case as well for everything they do for our registration system, which is fantastic. Absolutely. So, how's your weekend, Dom?
It's been really good. We've got quite a lot going on at the moment. We're building another little studio here, and it's just generally busy. So weekends are normally only half a day at best. And the rest of the time is spent working in some way, shape, or form. How was yours?
Yeah, not too bad. I told you we're getting a puppy. Well,
are you really?
Yeah, Di's dad's getting a puppy, but we're looking after it for the first couple of weeks and training it. So mass excitement in our house because Charlotte, my daughter, has been pestering me for years and years to get a dog.
What sort of dog are you getting?
It's a kind of Shih Tzu cross. Don't know. I haven't been involved. Diane's been involved with the process, so yeah. I just can't. I'm looking forward to seeing it. It could arrive any time during the show. So.
Oh, good! Is that actually coming today?
It's coming today. Coming now. So you never know. We might get a sighting of it. That'll boost ratings as well.
We should get first view.
Yeah. I'll ask Diane.
Okay, fine.
So, big thank you to everybody watching and tuning in today. Appreciate it. Half term, you've got lots of other things you can do, but really appreciate you tuning in. You've got people on YouTube watching as well. Please say hello, and in the chat room as well. Let us know where you're watching from. We
We
always
don't have any hellos to do yet. So if you're watching on Facebook, on LinkedIn, I keep looking up. I'm so used to looking at my camera there when we do this show, and I keep doing it, and there's no camera there because it's not working. Wherever you're watching, whether it's LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube, please say hello to us. We will always do shout outs for people that say hi. So let us know who you are, where you're watching from.
Yeah.
Furthest away wins as normal.
Wins a prize, yeah. A prize.
Have you actually given a prize out yet, Neil?
No, of course not. Of course we haven't.
No DW merch for anyone.
They win a virtual prize, a hybrid prize.
Sounds good.
So anyway, I know we got some things we're going to talk about later, including the DW party, which is coming up, and we've also got the CHS awards tomorrow, which the Delegate Wranglers are co-sponsoring, by the way.
And you are co-hosting.
I'm co-hosting as well. Lucky you guys. Tell you what, I'm such a pro. So I'm going to be there with tuxedo.
I've got loads on tomorrow, but I am going to be doing my best to watch that, especially your bits.
Just to give me abuse, I know.
Yeah, I can message you privately.
Anyway, shall we get on with the show?
Yes, Karen Edwards. Hi, good afternoon. She's the first person to say hello that I've seen on any.
Hello, Karen. Lovely Karen.
Anyway, yes, let's get on, Neil.
So I'd like to introduce Bettina from the Switzerland Convention Bureau. Bettina, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you both? I guess a bit stressed after all these technical issues, but you did really well. Still look lovely.
We're pros, we're professionals.
Yeah, I did it. Yeah.
We actually put time and effort into this show, although sometimes it doesn't always feel like it, I'm sure, but we actually do try. And every now and again, like no matter how much prep we do, there is always something last minute that throws us. Last week was almost seamless for the first time in ages.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah, I don't envy you guys, I have to say. I'm glad I don't have to worry about it.
That's why I've gone to worry about
you can just blame it on me.
So, Bettina, thanks for coming onto the show. Really appreciate it. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your journey? And I don't mean your journey to the webcam. I mean your journey.
It wasn't that long out.
Your journey to being the head of the UK and is it UK and Ireland? Is that what you do?
Yes.
UK and Ireland for Switzerland Convention Bureau. Do you want to tell us a bit about your background and how you got to there, quite briefly?
Yeah. I'd like to, yes. I mean, I'm Swiss originally, as you can probably tell by my name. My last name is very Swiss. But I came to the UK about 3 years ago now, just under 3 years ago. And I started working with my predecessor, Livio, back then. And then he went to Australia. And I'm sure lots of people on here know Livio. But he went to Australia and I could take over his job about 1.5 years ago.
Okay.
And since then, I'm doing what I'm doing. Yeah.
So it's predominantly you're looking after the mice market for Switzerland.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm kind of the head of Convention Bureau for the UK and Ireland, and yeah, I'm Swiss myself. So I'm looking after the British and Irish clients for Switzerland. So I'm really their first point of contact if they need anything, if they have a brief, or if they need just some kind of recommendation or idea about Switzerland, then I can always help them. So that's basically what I do.
Fantastic. Yeah. So I know we're not going to dwell on this too long, but 2020 has been an interesting year for us all. I guess you guys have had to adapt, and it's hit you guys as much as it's hit everybody. Do you want to give us a quick overview of how it's been for you?
Yeah, I mean it's been tough for everyone. I think for us as well. We have different kinds of landscapes, and so we have the cities and the mountains, and it's definitely hit everyone a bit differently in Switzerland. So that's quite as you could probably imagine. The cities, of course, they rely a lot on business tourism, and there hasn't been any business tourism for many months now. So they've been hit very hard. But on the other hand, the mountain destinations, they did quite well over the summer holidays, because the Swiss love hiking. They love hiking all across the mountains.
It can be socially distant from people.
Exactly. So lots of Swiss went to the mountains to spend their summer holidays, and actually some mountain hotels or hotels in the mountain destinations, they've had their best summer ever. So it's quite interesting. But yeah, big discrepancies, depending on where you are. But yeah, it's hit everyone still very much. So yeah.
Yeah, and and obviously a big part of well, not the only part, but a big part of the conference world in Switzerland is obviously pharmaceutical. There's a lot of that. At least that kind of keeps rotating. That keeps going, doesn't it? Pharmaceutical always keeps going. So
yeah, and that's of course a very important industry at the moment. If they weren't there, we would all be a bit more, a bit more scared. But yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're right.
So how has the kind of, just touching on travel restrictions, has that kind of always been in, or has it just kind of happened, now where it's become like, quarantining and things like that? Have you been able to travel until recently, or?
I mean, you can still travel depending on where you're from. I can still travel home. I just have to do quarantines, and also on the other side. So we have to do quarantines both sides now. So of course that makes traveling a lot more difficult or tedious now, maybe that it used to have been. But you can still travel. There's a quarantine, as I just said, from certain countries.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of like everywhere else. It's a little bit gets a bit more challenging to travel around. But, yeah.
Yeah. So as I say, I know we're not going to dwell on it too much, on that side, because we're all aware of the situation, and we don't want this show to just be about licking our wounds about how hard everything is. But obviously the title of this show is about Switzerland being can it offer more than just being an expensive destination.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know, because I've worked a lot in Switzerland. I've done a lot of pharmaceutical industry stuff as an event manager before
Mm-hmm.
I did the Delegate Wranglers. And it can be expensive, but there is a reason for it being expensive. So, and I know that was the title that we came up with for the show. So do you want to expand a little bit more on that for us?
Yeah, I try to really choose like a kind of provocative title, because I know that's what everyone thinks about.
Good for you, though. Good for you. Yeah.
That's what because whenever I talk to people and they don't know Switzerland, they haven't been, or they don't know what it's like to organize an event, or they always come up first like, but it's too expensive. So but wait a second, because maybe there's actually something else that that you can maybe get from it, and it's not just being expensive. Because I think with this whole crisis and everyone kind of focusing so much on being safe and everything being clean and everything working well, and there we definitely have, or in my opinion, or in our opinion, we have really a lot to offer, because Switzerland has definitely that image of being clean and safe and everything efficient. So there I'd say, even though it is a premium destination, and it will always be a premium destination, and we wouldn't want it to be any other way, and there's nothing to, we can't deny that it is, there is actually much more to think about than just it's expensive, let's not even look at it,
Let's not. You have to see the benefits as well, the other things.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that because of the situation, and because of it being more difficult to get business, Switzerland had to adapt a little bit as well? They had to change the pricing structure or look at different ways to get people to travel?
Yeah, I mean, what we want to focus on a bit more, and what we think is going to be quite interesting for clients in the coming months and years, is that whole part of exclusivity, being completely exclusive and really promoting that part of Switzerland. We have a page on our website where you can see, at the moment, I think there's about 50 properties on it, where you can see really it's all kinds of different properties, and really all can be completely exclusively rented out. And so we really want to focus a bit more on that. So that's definitely something that we probably wouldn't have.
Yeah, because I think we ran a press release for you on it, didn't we, a few weeks ago? The Rent a Hotel, where you can kind of rent out a hotel exclusively.
Yes,
that's very James Bond, isn't it? Rent out a hotel in the Alps, just exclusively.
And there is actually there's one anecdote I can say, or I can talk about one of them. It's the Grimsel Hospiz, and it's on a mountaintop, and it's like you cannot be more exclusive than that.
I think that's a picture we got for the show, isn't it? Is that one?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
The
Hospiz, and I used to work in that area before I came here, and so on my very last day of working there, I got to go on a site inspection, which is quite funny because on the last day, it'd be like, but I was still very lucky to go. So it's like amazing. We went in April, and it was still, because it's so high up, there's so much snow. I think they have about 5-6 meters of snow every night.
Even in April?
Yeah, wow. It's completely snowed down there. So just the trip there the journey there is so spectacular. It's an area with lots of dams, so they make a lot of water power there. So they have lots of like little cable cars, and like they have the whole mountain is just like full of tunnels and little cable cars in and out, and just getting there is spectacular. And then once you're up there, you're in a different world. So
the thing with Switzerland, the thing with Switzerland is, you know, like you say, it's full of like cable cars and train through mountains and huge like long tunnels under mountains and things like, you know, like, and it's practical. It's because you have to, because of the landscape, isn't it? It's not just there for, you know, for the fun. Let's make a cable car. You know, it's because you kind of have to. So I've done a bit of traveling around. I know we're going to talk about it in a bit, but I've done a bit of traveling around Switzerland. It's unbelievable. Truly, truly breathtaking.
Great to hear.
Which probably leads us nicely on to the kind of environmental aspects of doing an event in Switzerland, and you know, the sustainability. I think you touched on it earlier, but you guys are known for that. I mean, you know, you kind of lead the way in that kind of aspect. Do you want to give us a bit more of an expansion on that as well, please?
Yeah. So we are definitely a very sustainable country, but lots of people for some reason don't think about Switzerland. You know, the first thing that comes up is not like, tell me a sustainable country. It's never really Switzerland for lots of people. So we definitely want to really focus on that a bit more, you know, in the coming months, you know, just to make sure people really know what we stand for. We're the world champions in recycling. So I read like a statistic, I think almost like 95% of glass bottles get recycled, you know, stuff like that. Now, you said that the trains, we have a really, really good public transport system that works very well. So that's, of course, one reason as well. You know, like there's loads of things that actually we could talk about and people don't really know. So that's because
I know you guys are like, even in apartment blocks, you know, there's certain times you can do things, and you know you're not supposed to have showers after 10 o'clock and all this kind of stuff.
Actually, it's funny. On my LinkedIn, I just posted last week. I posted a video of a Swiss artist called Ursus, and his art is like tidying up things. So we made a video about tidying up autumn, and it's funny how like people react to it, and it's just like
I saw that with the leaves. With the leaves, it's amazing. Dom, I don't know if we can dig that out, but it's on Bettina's LinkedIn. It's amazingly funny. Sorry,
where is it? Did you say it's on LinkedIn?
Bettina's LinkedIn, probably a bit difficult to get that.
I'll see what I can do. Bettina, do you have a link you can send me that we can download?
Yeah, I can send it to. I can send it to you afterwards. It's on YouTube as well. I think
we'll put it on the wrap up afterwards.
Okay, I'll have a look and see what we can do.
Yeah, it's really funny because it's exactly the way we are. We, you know, when you see it, you're like, oh yeah, that's exactly like, We love tidying up. We love a bit of structure. We love like being efficient, and we love like rules. It's a bit like sounds very boring, but
sounds very like me.
Sounds very boring.
Me with the
you spend your weekend tidying up leaves, don't you, Neil?
All the time. I am. I am a neat freak, though. I'll give you that. So, with that in mind about the sustainability, do you find that some clients are, you know, like to include that in, you know, it's a big aspect of the reason why they would come to Switzerland for an event?
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is, like, when I talk to clients, they say, when I say, oh yeah, is sustainability important for you? And they say, yeah, definitely, but we don't really want to spend more just to include it. And that's the good part about Switzerland. You don't go out of your way to include it. It really goes kind of seamlessly. Taking the train is really seamless. It's not like, I shouldn't really compare it, but I compare it to like the Northern Line that I take to go to work, because I'm based in London. So then it's like, if I say like, oh yeah, public transport is amazing, and they're like, no, definitely not. But it's so different. So yeah, I mean, yeah.
I think the thing is as well, when you, I know we were talking about the places that I've been to recently in Switzerland, and I think part of what you've got to do is incorporate part of the journey to the actual location as part of the, as part of the event. It's not like, most events that you go to international, you're traveling on the plane, you get your transfer or whatever, and then you get to, then the event starts. But I think it's slightly different. I think if you go to an event in Switzerland, you should enjoy. You get on that, like the little red train that we're going to talk about later, but you get on that and then you're going through the Alps, and it's part of the event. You've got to, and I know we're going to talk about the things that you can do on that train, but you've literally got to embrace everything around you, haven't you? The whole environment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's so the train part. Yeah, is one of my favorite things to talk about, because there's so many things to talk about. And I always worry that people think I'm weird when I say, "Oh, let's talk about trains." But yeah, it's true. It's true. There are so many things to see on the way, even because it's like, you've been to Switzerland, it's very picturesque, and even picturesque, yes, but like if you want to be in the city and if you want to stay in Zurich or Geneva, where the international airports are, the train ride from the airport to the city center is just 10 minutes from the airport to the city. So if you don't want to take the train and go out, you can just stay in the city and you're literally straight there. So yeah,
exactly. Exactly. So since obviously the COVID-19 crisis hit us, do you have any examples of like any successful events that have taken place, there since then? Because I guess the hardest thing has been to convince people to come, and make that leap to travel and stuff. Have you got any examples of things that have happened?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a few successful events that have taken place already. I mean, the Swiss government is quite open-minded when it's about events, so they've been allowed for a while now. So we've had a few really successful ones. So the one that comes to my mind first is the Swiss Economic Forum in Montreux in the beginning of September. So that had 900 attendees, and you can see the safety concept on their website. There's a few videos as well that you can see, you can watch what it was like.
Yeah.
So there they had one case actually, and only one other person had to go into quarantine. So that kind of shows how well everything worked, and that it wasn't just they knew exactly where that person was and who was in contact with them. So that was one. Then there was another one in Lausanne, in the Swiss Tech Convention Center, and now that is like a word. It's the I think it's the 113th Congress of the Swiss now. Ophthalmological, was that right?
Ophthalmological,
society, I think that's
the eyes. I know this is the pharmaceutical.
Well, that word, I was dreading it. And they had about 600 attendees, and there as well, it worked really well. You can, I'll send you the link as well. Maybe you can post it somewhere where you can see like some videos of interviews or just how it worked and different safety concepts. So,
and did they have to put all safety concepts in? Like the spacing and the
everything? So in Switzerland, it works. So basically, the Swiss industry associations, like the Hotel Association or the Restaurant Association, they all came together quite early on, and then they drafted up safety concepts. And now everything that's open, and also events, they have to have an approved safety concept. So they're not allowed to operate without one. And at the moment, they also need a cantonal is like a county in the UK. They need a cantonal permit as well. So everything is very structured, and it's definitely, there's a lot of like guidelines you can follow. So you're not left alone at all.
Yeah,
like, there's loads of things.
You know exactly what you
have
do.
to kind of hold on.
Yeah, that sounds very Swiss. You know exactly. You got clear guidelines about what you're doing. But I guess the thing is, at the moment, everything's changing so fast. As well. You just, people are. I guess they're just adapting like we are over here as well. All the time.
I mean, the government is quite, like if they need new measures, they will put in new measures. So that's like, like everywhere else, we kind of adapt and go with the flow and do what we have to do to kind of make it out of this whole thing.
Yeah, you know what? We'll get there. We'll definitely get there. Yeah. So,
Neil, sorry, I'm just going to jump in because, as if by magic, I have managed to find the Art of Cleaning Up Autumn video, downloaded it, and I have it ready to play. So I think let's just get back, Bettina. Can you remind us what this video is, and then let's just take 1 minute 50 seconds and enjoy it together.
Yeah, so this is a Swiss artist. He's called Ursus. He's quite well known. He's also a part of a comedy duo, and his art is cleaning up things. So he cleans up all kinds of things. And for this video, he cleans up the autumn in Switzerland. And just it's kind of funny thing to see how how we love. And I'm like, so satisfying for me to watch how he does it. So it's very Swiss. Quite funny.
Okay, so unfortunately, the way I have this set up today, neither you or Neil will be able to watch this with everybody. You've both seen it, I haven't, so I'm going to watch it simultaneously here, and we'll be back in 1 minute 49. But this is The Art of Cleaning Up Autumn.
Enjoy.
No. One.
So there you have it. How cool is that?
Breaking my heart that they all got blown away.
I know. It's really not like if you have like anxiety about, how do you say, like compulsive OCD. That, don't watch again. Just don't watch. I mean, probably it's already too late for you.
Oh no, I'm watching the end of it.
No.
Oh, amazing. No, I love that. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, obviously some of the talking about the environmental side, there's lots of free benefits that you get from coming to Switzerland. I can name one. The air quality is unbelievable, especially lots of other things though, I guess, as well.
Yeah, there's loads of things. I mean, the whole sustainability is one part, so that I'm just thinking about one other thing. The Congress Center in Davos is a completely CO2 neutral Congress Center. So if you have an event there, it's like there's no CO2 emissions at all. So that's, for example, one thing. But there's loads of other things. There's the lowest VAT rate in Europe. So if that, that's just a very completely different area. But that's also one thing that you get.
Benefit.
Kind of a benefit. And then what else? You get the breakfast for free for the overnight price. In lots of cities you get, that's actually very environmentally friendly. You get, if you have an overnight in some of the cities, you get free use of public transport, so you don't have to shove everyone on a bus, because if you've been in a Swiss city, they're quite small. It's easy to walk around, definitely you don't need a bus to go from one place to another. It's so easy to take the public transport. We're not talking about like hotel in Shoreditch and the dinner in Kensington Palace or whatever. So it's like completely different. So this is one thing. What else? Yeah, I mean, and I think what's priceless is what I said before. Everything just works, and you can really trust that everything will be fine. The trains will run on time mostly. And probably when you go there and take the train, probably they'll be late. Exactly that. And then you're like, Bettina said.
What did I learn? I'm going to tell you something that I learned in Switzerland.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make myself look stupid here. Is it an Aperol that you have with
with
your dinner?
The Aperol, yes, that's a big thing. Yeah, and when I came here, no one knew what I was talking about. What? Yeah, this basically, we have wine. We have lots of Swiss wine as well, and people don't know we have Swiss wine. We have lots of Swiss wine. So we drink a glass of Swiss wine, and we have some cheese and some. And
you get food with it as well, can't you?
We can get food with it. You can get nuts or crisps, or if it's a better one, you get Swiss cheese and just meat.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a big thing. Yeah. So
yeah, recommended. I'd also say as well, guys, if you're thinking about going to Switzerland, or you get the chance to go with business eventually when things return back to normal, make sure you take an extra battery or charger for your phone, because all you'll be doing is taking photos and videos. And trust me, it's like unbelievable. Have you been, Dom? Have you been to Switzerland?
No, I don't actually think I have. I've been to many places for work, but I don't think travels have ever taken me to Switzerland.
Yeah, oh, it's unbelievable. If anyone else has been in the chat room or anything, let us know. What your experience is of it, because mine is just like totally positive. It's really well organized. It's a stunning place to go. And the meetings run like clockwork as well, and the transport.
You can't say anything else though, but thank you so much.
It's true though. It's true. I mean, I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
So my favorite question, just gonna getting close to the end now. We're going to round up with one of my favorite questions. Talk about that little red train. So the little red train, for everybody who doesn't know, is it kind of runs. Does it run throughout? They run throughout Switzerland? Are they in all the kind of mountainous regions of Switzerland?
Yeah, I mean, if you've been the same as me, then you can charge it where you want to go to where you want to go. So it's completely free wherever you want to take it. But yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, and you can do. You can actually do. You can take those trains, can't you, as part of your journey, and you can not so much brand them, but you can bring them onto. You can have food and drinks, and make them specific for your clients. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. So there's the one train that I'm thinking about now that's red, and that's a very cool one. Is the Red Arrow Churchill, it's called. So that's the train that Churchill used when he traveled through Switzerland after the Second World War. So he is very old, very traditional, and it has some. It has tables with tablecloths in it. It has catering, so you can take it for lunches or for drinks receptions. But there's loads. Oh my God, trains are my favorite topic to talk about. There's so many things to talk about. There's a chocolate train. There's a cheese train. Where I'm from, there's a cookie train. So no more words.
Champagne train.
Sorry.
A champagne train as well, I guess.
You can have champagne on every train if you want. There's loads of panoramic routes where you can definitely have champagne. There's even a train that looks like a mountain chalet. There's a train that you can have après ski on, and there's a train that has no roof. So for the summer you can travel by train, and there's no roof. So
there's no roof, or it's clear, or there's just no roof at all.
There's just no roof. No, there's no roof. I mean,
another one I got on. The windows come literally right down, so you can just look out. It's just it's stunning, honestly. And as I say, you need to incorporate it as part of your journey.
Yeah, you can charter everything. You can charter all the trains. You can charter carriages if you don't need an entire one. It's a really nice way, really, to start the program right when you get to the airport, and not only. You don't have to shove everyone on a bus and then like whole tedious blah 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 until you get to the destination, and then you can start. You can take everyone. On the train, have a drinks reception, make everyone get to know each other, and then once you're there, you can start with the program. So it's just so easy again.
What a brilliant way! A brilliant way to start your meeting, and then you go to these world class hotels. The meeting rooms are stunning, and God, you make me want to travel now again.
Sorry, not sorry.
Right. So we'll just round up with just saying, what's new for Switzerland in 2021. You got any new developments coming? Anything that you want to share with us?
Yeah, there's quite a few things coming actually. So that's one thing that's a big thing for us, but that's not in 2021. That's actually next month. Is the Circle at Zurich Airport. So that's a big conference facility, conference center with 2 Hyatt hotels, shops, restaurants, bars, cinemas, and that's just opposite of Zurich Airport. It has a huge park as well in the end, because it's like a circle park, so it doesn't feel like an airport hotel at all. It's going to be really huge, that one. Then there's the Congress House in Zurich, is another big reopening next year in summer. Then we have a Radisson Blu opens in Geneva next year. We have a Mövenpick in Basel. Well, so many things. There's wherever you look, there's things opening and reopening and being renovated. So making the most of it.
So I was lucky enough to go to Waldhaus Flims resort in last year. We've actually did a report that's on the venue showcase report that's on the website.
That was the name of the hotel that you couldn't remember last week, right?
Yeah, that's it. The Waldhaus Flink. It's amazing.
That's it.
And I've also been to the Hard Rock in Davos as well. And Davos is really funny because it's got the conference center there where they have the huge global, what is it, the Economic Forum?
The World Economic Forum, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where like Obama and everybody has come to there, or Trump and people have come to there.
Oh yeah, everyone who has like a name who's well known has been to Davos, I think. Yeah,
and it's just small little tiny place.
I know, it's quite a weird thing actually to think about, but because it's so far in the mountain, and it's just like there's nowhere to go. It's just like in the mountain, so it's so easy to it's such a safe destination. It couldn't be any more safe. You're just like there, and So
I'm just going to tell you, Dom, I've just seen a nice comment in the chat from Penny de Veselo. I don't know if you see that one.
No,
okay, I'll read it. We represent Penny de Veselo. We represent 2 stunning hotels in Switzerland: Beau Rivage Palace in Lausanne and Badrutz Palace St. Moritz. You're encapsulated in Switzerland wonderfully. They take their aircon water from deep in the lake. That's when it's warm, and when it's warm, use it to heat the swimming pool before returning it to the lake for recycling round again. Absolutely amazing.
Okay, I didn't even know that. Yeah.
There you go.
2 hotels are absolutely amazing. Yeah, they're
what a stunning thing that is. Yeah, that's in the chat, so you'll see that one.
Thank you for
Patrick Jones has jumped in as well and said, don't forget the Mandarin Oriental Palace Hotel Lucerne will hopefully open in 2021 also.
True. That's true. Yeah, there's so many things I can't even say everything, but that's true, and that's another big one as well.
And the last time I saw Patrick, we were both working as freelancers, dressed as cowboys in Las Vegas. And I'm saying nothing more.
What a job!
Leave that to your imagination.
Wow.
Sometimes you get an image you just don't want.
Sorry, Patrick, secret's out. So. Anyway, but Bettina, thank you so much. You've been wonderful. Give us a really good insight into Switzerland. You made me really want to go back again now.
Oh, that's good. That's all I wanted. Thank you so much for having me.
So what we'll do is we'll get some little bit more information from you, and we'll put them in the wrap up later on. So anybody, if they want to find some more information about it, they can find out from us later on.
Absolutely.
If that's okay. But thank you very much. And if you want to hang around, guys, I'm going to go and get the dog because it's definitely here. I'm going to get the dog to say hello.
Bettina, thank you very much.
Hang on, it's here.
Can I hang around as well? I want to see the dog as well.
Okay.
Hang on. Here she comes. It's my daughter.
I wish I had a drum roll.
Hello, Molly. Hello.
Oh,
there she is. Get the camera.
Oh.
It looks very cute.
Your daughter's making an unexpected appearance on DW Live.
Oh, amazing! Oh God, I wish I had that. So cute.
That's a great way to increase numbers, isn't it? Bring some pets on.
Plan it all.
Dog on.
Oh man.
Just next time.
So Bettina,
next time, put the dog in your seat, Neil.
Yeah, definitely do a better job than me. Bettina, thank you very much. Anyway, really appreciated that, and we'll, as I say, we'll put all that information on the group later on.
Perfect.
Thanks, Bettina.
Thank you.
So, Dom, show 36.
Patrick Jones says, "What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas." Neil.
Yeah, we had a good laugh.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, no, we did. We're working on a big pharmaceutical conference. We had 2 weeks in the Bellagio.
Oh, nice.
God, sick of that place by the end of it. Tell you, walking around it. Well, anyway, that's another story. So, Dom, next week, we are just finalising next week, guys. We'll give you the information. It's a bit fluid at the moment because both Dom and myself are fairly busy with booking, having jobs, and especially Dom as well for, in terms of when we're available and stuff. So it's a bit fluid, a little bit fluid.
We have lots going on, but also things are having to change just to work around other people's schedules and guests that we want on schedule. So we are, I think, hoping to be here next Tuesday, but we will confirm, or Neil will confirm that late in the group in a couple of days, hopefully.
Yes, I will. And then the last couple of things I want to flag up is, one is, I don't think I've sent you a graphic for this, Dom, but it's the CHS Awards online tomorrow from 6:30. If you look on the group or search on the group, you can find it. I'll try and put it in the chat. I think there are still some places left. It's free to attend, to come along. I'm going to be hosting it. I don't know what you've done to deserve that, but never mind. No, we'll have a good time. Me and Emma are going to be hosting it. And good luck to all the nominees, and well done to all the winners. You're going to find out tomorrow, but there's going to be fun and entertainment stuff on the way as well. It's not just going to be, and we're going to be in like tuxedos and the full James Bond
and actual tux.
An actual tux, yeah.
Are you coming out of lockdown and the tux that you wore last year is still fitting? Have you checked?
Yes, still fitting. Actually lost weight in lockdown, believe it or not. It's crazy, isn't it? Blame my son for all that walking. So it's going to be good, guys. Try and make it to that. And then the other big event we've got coming up in a month is the 25th of November. We've got the month. What's that? Sorry, you got the graphic up.
Yesterday.
What's that? Yeah.
A month yesterday.
Yeah. That's going to be. Twas a month before Christmas. Delegate Wranglers Christmas party. Quite a mouthful. We've got lots of things planned for that. It's going to be lots of fun. So watch this space, guys. It's going to be really fun. It's free. We got some like 130 people registered already. We want tons of people registered. There's going to be prizes to give away. It's going to be a really good laugh. There's going to be some alcohol taken as well, if you want to, of course. Not official. It should be mandatory. That's the way. I'm not functioning at the moment. It should be a really good laugh. So hope you can tune in. Please register for that. It's totally free. We're gonna have a great time.
We will.
So that's us done.
Let's leave it there, shall we?
Let's leave it there. Yes.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah. As again, big thanks to Bettina for being an amazing guest. Big thanks to you, Dom, for being
welcome.
Dom.
You're very welcome.
For being an amazing.
Whatever. Neil will get the wrap up out for you later on today with a load of stuff and info that from what Bettina was talking about. He will also comment about when we will be back, but it will be, we think, next Tuesday, probably sometime in the morning or around lunchtime, possibly in the afternoon. Let's just assume it's Tuesday.
Or the evening.
Sometime in the evening. Sometime on Tuesday. But in the meantime, hopefully we'll have tech that works. My camera will be out working. We won't have issues going live on Facebook. Thank you very much for watching. It's always great having you along. We look forward to seeing you next week. So from me, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.